So, what does the Bible mean when it talks about holiness?
It really has to do with the relationship with God. And that's kind of rubs humanists the wrong way because they have a different conception entirely. They want to articulate in terms of various rules and things like that versus the relationship with God and what breaks that and what repairs that. And that's probably where the biggest confusion is. And the other thing that's interesting about holiness, apart from the fact that it opens up our relationship with God, is it opens us up to freedom and liberty. This connection is very, very important. That's why the Jubilee law in Leviticus 25 is inscribed on the Liberty Bell, go proclaim liberty throughout all the land to all the inhabitants thereof. That's a consequence of holiness being promoted in the culture. They are tied together at the hip, if you will. And the negligence of this fact is what nails us to the wall, in effect, because we wonder why we're doing so poorly. And when we walk in ways that are opposed to God, that actually defy him, that walk contrary to him, which is the way Leviticus put it. When you walk contrary to me, these curses will overtake you. If you walk according to my way and our relationship is not broken because you seek to mend it when it is broken, then these blessings will overtake you. They're very wonderful blessings, starting with things like rain on a regular basis, not chaotic or sporadic rain, but rain in due season when you can count on it. So all of a sudden there's stability here. Let me also talk a little bit about stability, the way that when holiness is walked in according to how God requires it, we have some interesting things. We have, for example, the land laws relating to the rural areas of Israel are very different than the land laws related to the urban areas. In the urban areas, there's a continual turmoil. There's change, there's development, there's evolution. But in the the rural area, the farming areas, if you will, there's stability. So God builds stability into a society as a consequence of holiness being pursued by the inhabitants of the nation. You want to break your holiness with God, then the transgression is the way. If you want to restore it, then God provides the way to restore it. There's always humanistic substitutes for holiness, which in this instance would be saying the right things that the woke people want us to say, or there's the God's requirement, which is to walk a certain way. And I think this is where we stand.